Looks good. Yeah, we'll get you set up, Felipe. I just have to. I do this huddle every morning. A lot to cover today. We got some stuff coming up. Let's move in some windows around here. I do in the community. We're doing the huddle as well as I stream it on YouTube and on TikTok. I think we're live on TikTok. Yep, there you are, TikTok. Join us for the huddle. So we have a lot to cover, guys. So I'm gonna jump right into it. We're looking at the markets here real quick, like you guys have seen in the guidance that I put out this morning. Overall stocks, I'm not going to spend too much time on it. SPX is kind of trying to hold that EMA, starting to curl a little bit on the 1 hour. The SPY is pre-market positive, trying to hold that range. I'm not super convinced it's going to hold it. At best, we might double top around the 407, which is going to pull that back down to the lower 400 range. So we'll just keep that in mind. We are still oversold, so overbought, so we have room to come down. The dollar, like we talked about, is finding support here, trying to create that double bottom formation. It also broke out of its trend line, which is right in this area here. You can see, that line is kind of held on this time frame, so we are pushing above that, but it is struggling to break this EMA. So a break above this EMA would push that up. You can see the red up here. We got room to go, and we're near green, so definitely near that support range. So we'll see how that plays out. So market cap, super boring. We're just ranging. This 200 will likely push it down, or as this 200 begins to squeeze into here, it's gonna be interesting to see if the trend support is stronger than that 200 EMA to push us up. Bitcoin, as you can see, we talked about this morning, it does have a uptrend here, but we do have also a bearish pennant, so we'll see if that bearish pennant plays out. ETH is literally the exact same thing. So all right, so let's get into the ATAs, because we do have a lot of them I am running. So I want to make a couple decisions today, and I made kind of a newbie mistake while I was in a one-on-one, and I'll explain what I did and how I'm going to fix it, because I'm sure it's stuff that you guys will do as well. And part of what I like to do in these huddles is I don't want to say I like to purposely make mistakes, but I'm okay when I make mistakes, because we're not all perfect, and even if I make a mistake, it's probably something that you're going to make. So the easy part of setting up an ATA is setting up defaults. The hard part that people seem to get stuck is what to do next, right? What do you do if you accidentally, push the wrong thing, or you delete the wrong thing? So we'll talk about that. So let's check out Aave. Some water. Man, I can't wait till this pollen goes away and my allergies. It's been killing me. Fun East Coast life, right? All right, so this is our Aave. Let's take a look at our longs first to see just where we are. Looks like we're still stuck. It hasn't really done anything since the fall. It's just been ranging. Let's see what our settings are. Looks like we did add that DCA 3 here, to enable that, to do that. Let's see. I don't think it took the 3. Oh, actually, yeah, Aave is one that did take the 3 already. So we're just leaving this one. I think that was the decision yesterday. Either we're going to get up into this range off of this support ranging, or we'll break below, and then we'll make a determination to DCA a DCA 4 here. So somebody had talked to me about DCA 4 and DCA 5 yesterday. I don't rush DCA 4. I don't even really care to do DCA 3, but I do it. DCA 4 is like my last resort for that. I don't like to go too much more than that. If you keep throwing DCAs at it, yes, it moves your entries, but you're just digging a hole, right? Sometimes the answer is just wait. We have so much room that we could fall from this gap here, that if I push a DCA 4 here and then we fall, I mean, my account's going to be in trouble, right? Then I got to get super creative. So I'm just going to keep patience on my long. And we'll just, I mean, it's all automated. I don't have to touch it or look at it, right? I'm just going to let it do its thing, right? So let's take a look at matching up the entries, because I want to make sure that our entries are still around right. So we have 78.6. You guys should be doing this too. Real quick on the account, you can see, we're still going up, so we're still earning. Percent gains around 14.4, so we're still net green by quite a bit, so we're looking good. Now our available balance is getting a little bit away from our total balance. That typically means something is stuck, right? And that's what we're going to look at. So let's look at Aave. Where is my Aave? It's up top. 78.58. So let's take a look. What was it? 78.61. So close enough, right? So we're still in good shape on the Aave. I'm just going to leave it. Shorts continue to earn. Great DCA1, awesome DCA2. Look at that right at the peaks. Great job. And it actually took, it looks like TP2. So that's probably a pretty decent sized win, right? We're in a short now. Looks like it's actually in profit. Yeah, it's already secured. It's past the green line, so our shorts are killing it. We are low in the range on Aave, like I put out in the room. But I'm gonna let my shorts play out a little bit longer. I'm not convinced that we're gonna pump up like too crazy here anytime soon. So I'm gonna let that play out. Yeah, see, look, it's looking to take a close. Actually, just closed it. Yeah, I got the alert. Overall profit wise, Aave's up $17 since we started it 6 days ago, doing its own thing. And my long has been stuck, for a while. So it's been in there 8 days, only made $5. So Aave's been a little bit of a pain, but we're gonna let Aave go. So I'm not gonna make any changes on Aave. Doge, we can reevaluate it. I do know it's still stuck. Let's just take a look. And let's go to our 1 minute. All right, so we did make a decision to DCA here if we get down to this level. And here's our profit area. So entry is 0.0787, 0.0788, so close enough. So we haven't fell down low enough to actually get this one yet, but we actually have not pumped up high enough to get out yet. So Doge is another one I'm going to let run. I'm not running Doge, just so you guys know, in the community. This is an existing trade setup, so when it's out, right? So I'm not going to keep running Doge after that. So I definitely don't want to start any shorts or anything. I'm too low in the range to do a short. If you're not in Doge, like you guys saw, you could do a long only potentially, or you could wait for a little bit of a pullback and then do a long only, but I wouldn't. It's too risky for a short play for the ATA. ETH is up next. All right, so we'll go to the 1 minute. Sometimes I'm on that 1 hour because that's where I do my range that I check. So I wanted to point out here with ETH, if y'all remember, I made the decision yesterday to take a $9 loss. That was from this trade here. That was stuck for an eternity, right? It had a great DCA1, great DCA2. It literally could not break that range, right? I was doing it purposely to show you that we took a $9 loss, but I was still net positive overall. As you can see, I'm $37 up, right? So taking that $9 loss, what that did is it enabled me to start my long again. And you can see so far it's done well, right? We've taken trade, one DCA, good win, trade, and we're in a long right now. So it's already earned back, $1.55 just since yesterday, right? From that $9 loss. So it's, again, we could literally, if you look, none of these pumps would have got me out. I would still be stuck in this stupid trade, right? So sometimes, when you get close to your entry and the loss is minimal, if our anticipation is we're going to range, it's not a bad idea just to stop it. I don't suggest doing it on all of them, right? I mean, you don't want to always just keep taking stop losses, but, to take one here and there, it's not a bad idea just to get it back to work, right? Because we could we could easily range here all day and then come over here, fall, and range down in this level, right, which we still wouldn't get out, and keep ranging. And it could be 2 weeks down the road, and this is going to earn more than that $9 easily. And if it falls down to here, this is nothing from our DCA protocols. I mean, you can see from here to here, right, it just DCA'd one, boom, out. So I think we made the right call, guys, so far. Our short's doing well. I'm not touching it. Made $37 in like 10 days. Not our best performing pair, but still doing okay. We got a short here. Almost made profit here. It's pretty close. So our ETH is still good. I'm not going to touch it. For those of you in the room, you guys saw, if you're not an ETH, it's a pretty good range to start. You can do north and south. Because of the fact that we have this trend line here, we are kind of creating, again, you know, kind of that bearish pennant coming up. And so it definitely could break down here. But if you look at the support you have here plus the support you have here, your longs would DCA through this area, and if we do pump up, right, your shorts, you know, we'll be able to DCA from this area. So still not a bad time to hop in if you're not in on those ones. So let's go ahead and close that one. LTC. Okay, so this is the one that I kind of messed up yesterday. It was late, guys. I was doing a 101 and I was talking about DCAs, and I accidentally while I was showing them, you know, it's funny because I teach you guys, if you're gonna make alterations to your chart, do it on like a test chart, right? And I have a test chart. That's what kills me. But I made an alteration. I added a DCA fork. I was showing somebody how to do it. It actually took my DCA 4 near this range here. It doesn't show it on my chart because I had went in and took it away, right, on it. So, but how I found out, because at first I was just going through and I'm like, oh, I'll just take it away, right? And I reset it, and then I was like, let me look at my entry, right? So I was looking at the entries this morning. This is 92.45, and I went to LTC, and it's 89.94, which means I definitely DCA'd it, right? Because my entry now is like right here somewhere instead of right here, right? So it's a pretty good DCA to pull that down. I definitely don't want to add any more volume, but here's the problem. My ATA does not know that my entry is down that low. So I can do one of two things to fix this. I can attempt to figure out where I DCA for it at, right? So I can click on here and I can choose, I don't know, let's say 20%. And let's just see where it would even pop up that DCA to see where that would actually go, right? Now, if, I don't know if it pushed it down here. Let's see. If I don't want to play with that, or I get frustrated with the DCA 4, it's not, you know, showing up easily, I can just set an existing trade, guys, which is possibly what I'll do if I can't get this pretty quickly. I'm trying to just change this percent to see if I can get it to even show where it goes, but it looks like it's not. Yeah, I'm so annoyed that I did that. It looks like, oh, it's still thinking. That's why. I'm like, what is going on? All right. So there's the 3. And it looks like I don't see where the 4 would be. Yeah, I'm gonna probably just set up an existing trade on this one, guys. So it's a good, you know, it's a good thing to do on the huddle anyway, so you guys can see how I set up that existing trade. So setting up an existing trade, again, I don't typically change my alert until I'm done, just because you might get out, or probably not. But so what I'm going to do, all I have to do to set up an existing trade, I'm just going to come over here. I do not want it to DCA anymore, so I'm going to uncheck all of these, right? Then I'm going to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, so I can see now that I've unchecked all those, right? It completely changed my chart, which is fine. I'm just going to put this as 3, and then I know it hasn't hit my entry since yesterday. I always like to do maybe a day back if I can, just because it shows the line a little easier. And then I'm going to do enable existing trade. Let's see where that puts that. There we go. All right, so it put the enable existing trade. And then if you notice here, people freak out when they see this. Yeah, it threw me in, but it already throws a sell. That's because we haven't modified our take profits yet. So for those of you who've been through all the one-on-ones, you guys know I like to zero all these out. And then I'm just going to push this one up. So let's just say, let's try 1%. I can do the math real quick, but I want to show you guys kind of how I do this. Okay, so what this did is now it has my entry here. Now the entry is irrelevant when it comes to an existing trade. All I care about is it going to take profit in an area that's in profit. So we know that my entry for LTC is 89.94. So we can find 89.94, right, which is about right there, okay? And I'm just gonna put a line. So I need to get this green line at or above that line. So obviously we need to push it up, right? So all I'm gonna do is double this. Let's see how high that goes. And I'm just following this green line because the ATA doesn't care where your entry is. It cares where you're allowing it to take profit. As long as that profit is in my profit area, then I'm good, right? So almost there. Let's say 2.5 because that was a pretty good jump. It's thinking. Yep. Like I said, even I make those mistakes, right? So there you go. It looks like that is 89.94 now. Keep in mind that that's my entry, right? That's not where I want to take profit. So I want to take this and I want to bump it because our entry typically is 0.25 from that. So if I do 2.75, which is 0.25 above, right? That now should put my take profit line where my normal take profit line would be, right? Oh, gosh, this is gonna be one of those huddles where y'all you get to see it all. So if you see this, right, this is a trading view error, study error. It's just a calculation timeout. For some reason, it doesn't happen often, but TradingView, when we're dealing with a lot of code and stuff, because our code is a lot, it doesn't like it. It makes it even more fun, right? Now we're setting up an existing trade, so it's fine. If you already have your settings, you can just remember where you put this. So 3, 6, 22, 37. Again, all you have to do to fix that is just take it off, save the chart, and then just put it back on. I love, this is why I want to do these huddles, right? Because I love when, actually, I closed that too soon. I love when these things happen because I want to, we can always show perfect case scenario, right? But I want to show you guys how to fix stuff too, so. I'm gonna close down I keep my app on my TradingView open quite a bit. Okay, let me add this indicator. I pulled it down real quick. Just be patient with me because I gotta type in my info here. Okay. All right, so we got that added back. Let's pull this up. Okay. So we have that added back. Now, if you look at this long right here, it actually looks like it. So here's what's kind of funny, guys, and I'm going to show you another trick. Again, this is the power of understanding what the this is the power of understanding what the ATA is doing. Again, I'm going to oversimplify this, but the ATA is either looking for a entry or it's looking for an exit. So even just by loading, I don't even know what default, it looks like default strategy it loaded, right? We have 3 DCAs, which already executed the 3rd DCA, right? So it already thinks it's in a 3rd DCA just by me reloading this indicator and doing defaults. And the take profit's at 88.15, right? So what I could do is I can just kind of hijack this trade. I love this huddle. This is awesome because this is showing you guys so many ways you can do these things, right? So I'm going to hijack this trade right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, so this one is the 5th, March 5th at 8:22. So remember, to do an existing trade, we got to go 1 minute in front. So we're just going to change this. And I'm going to show you what I mean by hijacking this trade. Gosh, what did I say? March 5th? I'm not quite there. Let's see. March 5th, yeah. And then we said 8:22. So we're going to do 1 minute in front. So 8:21. And I'm going to, now watch, you're going to see this turn to a teal instead of the, there it is right there. Now what that did is, by doing this as a teal, right, I've told it, hey, we're in an existing trade, right? So why I did that is because it already has DCAs. I don't care if those DCAs match what my actual chart is. It's irrelevant. All I care about is where does it want to get take profit? It already has executed DCA 3, so I don't want to take off the DCA 3. I know it's not going to do a DCA 4 because I don't have it on there. So that's what I mean by hijacking that trade. So the only thing that I have to do at this point is bump these take profits to where I'm back in my profit zone. So let's go ahead and clear all these again. Let's try 1% because it's going to be different, right? Because the entry is different. This overall DCA entry is different. So that looks like it pushed it to 88.8 something. So we're going to definitely need to go higher. So let's go to, let's try maybe let's see where 2.5 puts us. Yeah, just above. I'd like to give it a little bit more room, so I'm gonna just put like 2.6. And this one I'm gonna do, I'll do a little higher. Let's do 3.25. Typically I go about 2.25 higher each time. 3.5, 3.75, 4, and then this one we'll just do 5. So once you establish where that first one is, I do 0.25 on each one after that. And what that does is now you've created your trailing stop. So here's what I told the ATA. ATA, you're in a DCA 3, don't DCA no more, because I don't have any more settings to allow it to DCA anymore. And I don't care where my entry is. This is not my entry, but that's irrelevant, right? Because all it cares about is it cannot close this trade until I get to this first purple line here. So the line's purple now because it thinks it's in a DCA, right? So the DCA's changed those colors to help you identify where the entry is. So now it won't do anything until it gets to this first purple line. So we're good. So once we have built this, right, all we have to do is come over to our LTC long. We're going to close it, and then we're going to create our alert. I know this is wrong. This is from my live trader. Apollo. Okay. And then I'm going to just change this to long. ATA LTC long. So I hope that I love that we had some issues, right? Because there's things that can pop up, right? But they're easily fixed. I mean, you can see it didn't take too long to fix that problem. So now my LTC long is in play. If you zoom out, I mean, that accidental DCA or near support line could end up a good thing, right? I mean, our entry is not too far away now, at least. So we'll let that play. It's an existing trade. So when this does fire, an existing trade is only going to take one trade. So when it does fire, I will have to do another one. Setting up on defaults, but we'll deal with that as that one goes. I'll just monitor it. So it is going to erase your stats because you've modified all your entries and everything. So those stats are gone. But LTC has been really well for me. So you can see, look at the shorts. The shorts have been freaking nuts. I'm like, holy cow. Just trading like an absolute monster. I could decide to stop my shorts. I don't know that I want to stop my shorts quite yet, especially because I'm pretty deep volume wise in my long. So I kind of want those shorts to work against it as a hedge in case we do continue down, right? So I'm gonna leave my LTC short going for now. So we got about 5 minutes left. That took a little bit longer than I planned. So let's try to skip through here. So we have Matic and XRP. That is the two left. So I'm gonna load Matic. So I'll tell you guys, we have some news events that are coming up. Powell's talking. We got the crude oil inventories, things like that. So I don't know that I want to be too overextended. So I may make the decision to stop my Matic. I want to look at it here. So it looks like I'm in a short right now. Yeah, so I'm in a short. So what I'm going to do with Matic, I'm going to show you how quickly you can do this too. So if I want to stop Matic, I don't want to trade anymore once it gets out of these trades. All I have to do is highlight over the one before the trade. So it's March 7th, 7:55. And then the only thing that I have to do, guys, is come down here. Don't touch nothing else. So March 7th, right? And then we said 7:55. 7:55. I'm going to change this to enable existing. You're going to see it's going to flop this to a teal. It'll erase all my stats, which is fine. I mean, we made about $7 on that in a day. So Matic did well. It's still thinking. There you go. Now, it will still play out all my settings. It's still going to DCA, everything. But once it's done with this trade, when it takes profit, it will no longer take any more. So all I'm going to do is, this is a way that you can set it up so you don't have to take a loss on it. So we're going to go, let's see, we're doing the short first. So ATA, Matic, short, and then I'll put existing. So I know it's an existing one. I should have that on the other one. And then we're just going to do the same to the longs, guys. So to do the long, you have to find the entry, wherever that entry is. That's the only way this works. So it's 3:47, March 7th. Okay, so again, we don't touch nothing. March 7th, 3:47, and we're gonna close trade on chart. We'll enable existing. This is how fast you can do it, and why I would make this decision again is because if I don't want to take any more trades on a specific pair, but I'm okay with letting it play out. Right, so we already did the short, so now we just got to create the alert for the long. You can see how quickly I'm doing this. ATA, Matic, long, existing. And I'll create. So once these both trigger, then I'm automatic. I'm done. So I made about 10. I think it was like 10 or $12 on Matic in like a day. It wasn't a ton, right? But I'll take it. I just don't like the range of Matic, guys. If you look, I mean, there's just if you go into the 1 hour and you zoom out, the low is 75 and the high is $1.50. I mean, yeah, we're in the middle, so we could do this for a bit, right? But it's just too much of a range for this thing to for my comfort zone for right now. And I may run it again after some news events hit and stuff, but definitely I'm a little overextended, so I have to make a choice to kill one of the pairs, and that is the one that I'd rather kill. XRP will be fast because I love XRP, guys. If you're not running the XRP one, I hate everything XRP is going through. I don't own XRP. I'm not an XRP guy, but I do like how it is trading. So if I open up both of these, guys, look at how this thing is just traded like a friggin' nut. I mean, just short, long, short, long. It just doesn't get stuck. That's what was so crazy. You can see my longs doing really well. Just a simple DCA, boom, out in profit, right? I mean, just doing really well. $9 in 8 days, not a ton, right? But it's not getting stuck, so I'm happy with it. $10 in 8 days. So, we made about almost $20 just on this one. It does have the DCA here. It's getting really close to DCA 2, but it's not really stuck. I mean, there's nothing, like if you go to my XRP, I mean, it's 11 cents and $4. I mean, nothing's stuck, right? So I'm gonna let XRP go. I am running XRP on Parabolic SARS, guys. For those of you in the room, you know this. We just really released the latest patch in Parabolic SARS. I'm testing Parabolic SARS on some. XRP is one of them, and I really like it for altcoins. If you're gonna run altcoins, I suggest using that one. It's not as aggressive, as like let's say for instance this one, right? Like if I were to change this to like range filter, you'll probably see this profit go up, right? Let's see if it does. Oh, it actually went down. SARS actually outperformed it. Let's see, but it had more trades, right? See how it had more trades? Yeah, this one actually went down as well. Let's try RSI. So far, actually, SARS is outperforming. But look at the total trades, right? 23, 44. Actually, look at RSI is killing it. Damn, RSI is not a bad one to run on this. The only thing I don't like about RSI, though, is look at this. 44 trades, but it had to DCA 17 times. Like, to me, I don't know. It did good, but I like, if you go to Parabolic SARS, and you click on this one, it took less trades, 23. It did DCA 7 times, but it hasn't had to DCA more than 2 at all. But yeah, RSI is doing pretty well. Everybody asks, what strategy should you use? We put all these strategies in here purposefully because each one is good in different market conditions, right? And so that's part of just doing the back testing and looking to see, right? Like we can click ATR. And I can modify things on my chart. I should have learned my lesson, right? But as long as I change it back. So better performance, but more DCAs, right? Let's check Golden Cross. ETH short signal. ETH's going short, guys. Yeah, Golden Cross did not do too well. But yeah, so I don't know. I like SARS. The SARS. This is one of the only ones that in this fall that we had, it got out right here. Look, it shorted it, caught it right at the bottom, but look at the long. It took it, DCA'd, perfectly and got out. So it's one of the few that actually did really well on that fall. It just absorbed it like it wasn't even there. So XRP is doing good. So that gets me down to running 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm only running 4 technically. I have some existings I'm trying to get out of, and I'm still stuck in the stupid Doge that we're trying to get out of. So, which we'll let those roll on. So we check those entries. We're all good. Let's hit refresh on here. I want to show you guys real quick. I know we're at the time here, but I want to show you quickly. All right. So you can see here, I have all my open trades. Everything looks good on that. Let's go to the history. I'm going to take a look at this. I just want to show you guys. You can see, look, nothing but green. Green. The last, the red that we have, this is a $2 Matic. That was a good one. $2 Aave. So that one's playing out well. A lot of green. I'm going to find the red. So the last red was the one that we took on ETH, and then I had BTC because remember I closed it. But I wanted to show you guys. Okay, so we took this $9 on ETH, and we took this like dollar basically on BTC. Since then, it took us. Let's see. So we made our dollar back right there. See, here's where we made $8 back on BTC. So we literally took those losses, and then we're net green within 2 hours from 9 a.m. Yeah, 9 a.m. to where was $8? There it is, to 11 a.m. So took us 2 hours, right? And then everything else after that is just green, 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 green. And you guys, I mean, I'm gonna just like there's that one red. I think there's another one in here somewhere. I don't know. Just scroll for days. There it is. This was the Doge that I chose to reduce, and then aside from that, you guys just, I mean, what is that one? Oh, that my screen's lagged. I'm like, what is going on? I mean, this is only, look, the 28th. I mean, so from the 28th, so what, 7 days ago, 8 days ago? I'm just going to scroll as fast as I can. And look at all of these trades. This thing is trading like an absolute nut. All automated, guys. I'm not touching any of this stuff like you guys know in the room. And then you can go click on the exchanges, and you guys can see, I mean, my account is up. I think I started this one, guys. You guys can keep me honest, 2 weeks ago. And we're up, 14%. The total that I started this with was the 900, and then I did 500 after because I wanted to increase margin to do more pairs. So, I'm up about, I don't know, $550 or so in 2 weeks. So not too bad. But that's kind of where I'm at with that, guys. That's what I'm going to run. I'm going to keep an eye on this. I'm good with running the 4 pairs. I may decide to stop out on something if I don't like it and we get some bad news. But I'll keep you guys posted on that. I sent you, for the question there in Circle, I sent you an email back. I just wanted to confirm, your request on your upgrade. So if you could look at your email and respond to that, then we can get that process for you. Papa Bill, I see you say, you said here to add the 4th DCA properly. It's kind of a wide statement or request, but I did go over this yesterday. So if you look at the because we're a little bit out of time, but I can touch on it briefly. But if you look at the one yesterday, we did add extra DCAs. Adding the 3rd that I did yesterday, I think on 2 different pairs, and then whether you add a 3rd or you add a 4th, it's the same process. You're just gonna go into your settings, and then if you want to add a 4th DCA, like let me see. I'll load LTC because that's the only one really stuck. So if this were to fall down, I already know I DCA'd 3 times. So if I want to do a 4th one, right, all I would do is just check this box, and then I would choose my percent and choose my multiplier. I don't recommend doing more than 5, guys. You're kind of nuts if you do more than that, unless you got a lot of margin in there. But you just pick your percent that you want it to do the DCA 4 at. And when you choose the percent, see I put 10 here, it's going to put a white line. You can see the white line right there. So that's where it's going to DCA at. I would be super picky if I'm going to choose a DCA 4. So I would do a little TA. That's what I did with somebody yesterday in a one-on-one. I would say, okay, where's my support and resistance? So you can see heavy resistance here, heavy support here. So you might want to put maybe a line like that to help you. Now you can go on the lower time frame, and you don't want this DCA to be above that line too much. Otherwise, you're doing it too soon. All right, so then that's how you can modify your percentages. So we'll put, let's say, maybe 12%. There you go. So see how now it's about right at that line, right? So that could be a decent place to put it. I have my multiplier correct. All I would have to do, because it hasn't executed yet, all I have to do is delete the alert and add the alert back, and it'll execute this. That's it. If it hasn't happened yet, it's just simply figure out where you want to put it, delete the alert, add, and then once it's fixed, you add the alert back. And that's it. But I don't want a DCA4, so I'm not going to do that. That's how I got myself in trouble yesterday. Forgot to take it out. But yeah, and like I said, if that doesn't help you understand it, we have the video from yesterday, or if Bill, I'm always here for you if you need one-on-one. So for your upgrade, I think the question that I had was, you weren't clear on, did you want the premium for the month to month, or did you want for the year? Was the question that I had. If you can answer that for me in the chat, then I will process that for you as soon as we get off here. But that's all I got, guys. I'll hang out here for a minute just to give you a chance to respond. Appreciate your guys' time. Today, overall, if you look at the economic events, well, I'm waiting for that. Always check out the economic events, guys. So we have Tuesday, so pretty quiet day for the most part. You can see not a ton going on. U.S., the biggest thing is the Fed, Powell's testifying, right? 10 a.m. So it might get a little volatility in there if something gets leaked out. Tomorrow we have a little more involved, right? So you got some the job openings report. Fed Powell speaks again. And then you got this one tends to impact the markets a little bit, the crude oil inventories, so we'll see how that one plays out. So expect some volatility a little bit tomorrow, but you could look how much news across the board is happening on Wednesday. This is why I decided I want to pull out of Matic, because if we do get a swing, I don't want to be stuck in too many, right? And then we also have Thursday, the jobless claims, which that always rocks the market a little bit. So Thursday we got another big news coming in, and then Friday, look how much stuff we have Friday. I mean, just freaking all kinds of reports going on Friday. So definitely in for some volatility over the next few days. That's why don't get greedy with your ATAs. Don't overextend your stuff. You can do it either way, and that's why I wanted to clarify, because I want to make sure we understood. You want to just do month to month, right? Or did you want to pay for one time in the whole year? Because you can do either one. If you do the whole year, it gives you that discount, but you can do the month to month as well. But before I processed it, I wanted to make sure I was clear in understanding what you wanted. But yeah, so always check these news reports. Check the news here, see what's going on. I expect a little volatility today, nothing too wild. Month to month. Okay, that's what I thought. That's why before I processed it, misunderstanding you, I didn't want to do that, and, have you wonder what the heck happened, right? So I'll go ahead and I'll get that process for you as soon as I get off of this huddle here. So pre-market looks like it's fallen down a little bit. We're almost back to where we were open. Yeah, so that original pre-market looks like it might have actually been a fake. This is what's causing that. You got the Dixies pushing past, so like we talked about. So if that does, down we go. My anticipation is the SPY is going to pull down here. We put out a put in the room yesterday. If I can figure out where if you guys, those of you that are on TikTok or YouTube, this is our community. This was actually really cool. So we put out signals for options as well. I trade options. What's funny is we built the ATA, and I run the ATA to run all my crypto automated, and then that way I don't have to pay attention to the crypto part. I just set it and forget it, right? And you can see it allows me to trade options. This was the call we put in the room. We took a put at the 406 level. I actually took mine a little bit higher. If you look here, this one. This is where I told them, I said, you might want to take it at the 407 mark because it's a super strong resistance. So we were in a put. You can see that 458 was a profit from another one that I did. But yeah, I mean, look at this. So far, We hit TP1. We almost hit TP2. We'll probably hit that today at some point. But we had already closed ours yesterday, so we're going to re-enter depending where it goes. So it was a great day for options yesterday. So awesome job to those of you that took that trade. So, but yeah, that's where we're at. If you guys are looking to join on TikTok or YouTube, we have 5-day free trial. Check us out. I'm going to go ahead and end this community huddle, guys. I appreciate your time. I'm going to go ahead and cut this off just for the recording. We want to respect the time, guys. So TikTok, I'll hang on in case you have any other questions. And then, yeah, we can definitely do a one-on-one at some point. We can talk more in the room. I'm going to go ahead and end this so we can stop the recording, though. So we're all set, guys. We're going to let the ATA work. You guys have a good rest of your day. All right, so let me stop all this, and then TikTok, hang on for a second. I'll look at your question.